Always on the brain. I'm Jason, and today we're stepping onto the tennis court with King Richard, directed by Reynaldo Marcus Green, starring the phenomenal Will Smith. This powerful film chronicles the incredible journey of Richard Williams, father and coach of tennis legends Venus and Serena Williams. Join me as we explore this inspiring and emotional story of determination, family, and unyielding belief. From the tough streets of Compton to the global stage, King Richard is a testament to the power of dreams and hard work. Just a heads up, this is a spoiler review coming right after my first time watching the film. If you haven't seen this film yet, pause now, watch it, and then come back. For those ready to dive in, let's unpack the incredible journey of the Williams family. How did it do in the box office? Well, King Richard opened in theaters on November 19th, 2021, with a budget of $50 million. In its 20-week theatrical run, it earned $24.3 million internationally and $15.1 million domestically, bringing its worldwide total to $39.4 million. Its opening weekend, it earned $5.4 million, finishing number 4 in the box office, only behind Clifford the Big Red Dog, Eternals, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, numbers 3 through 1 respectively, with Ghostbusters Afterlife opening the same weekend. Its final week in theaters, King Richard earned $4,111, while only being shown in 20 theaters, finishing its box office run at number 39. Now let's get into the plot. Richard Williams lives in Compton, California with his wife Brandy, his 3 stepdaughters, Tunde, Isha, and Lindra, and his 2 daughters, Venus and Serena. Richard aspires to turn Venus and Serena into professional tennis players. He has prepared a plan for success since before they were born. Richard and Brandy coach Venus and Serena on a daily basis, while also working as a security guard and a nurse, respectively. Richard works tirelessly to find a professional coach for the girls, creating brochures and videotapes to advertise their skill, but has not had success. One day, Richard takes the girls to see Coach Paul Cohen, who's in the middle of practicing with John McEnroe and Pete Sampras. Despite his initial reservations, he agrees to watch the girls practice and is impressed. However, the Williamses cannot afford professional coaching, and Paul refuses to coach both girls for free. He selects Vina to receive his coaching while Serena continues to practice with Brandy. Paul encourages Venus to practice in juniors tournaments. She quickly finds success, but Richard stresses to Venus and her sisters that they should remain humble despite their success. At one of Venus's tournaments, Serena also signs up to play, unbeknownst to Richard. As both girls continue to succeed, the family feel as outsiders among a predominantly white upper-class competition. Richard meets with high-profile agents, fearing that his daughters will be taken advantage of, pulls them out of the junior circuit entirely. Paul warns him that his decision will destroy the girls' chances to turn pro, but Richard stands firm, firing Paul as a coach. Coach Rick Mackey travels to California to see the girls play. Impressed, he takes the girls on, and the family relocates to Florida to train at his facility. Richard surprises Rick by reiterating that the girls will not play juniors, instead training and attending school like normal little girls. In the ensuing 3 years, questions arise from the media and from Rick about Richard's strategy with the girls and his desire for media exposure. Venus tells Rick that she wants to turn pro. Richard reluctantly agrees, but later reneges, worrying that she will suffer a similar fate to Rick's pupil Jennifer Caparati, who is allegedly suffering from burnout and has been arrested for drug possession. The decision strains Richard's relationships with Venus, Brandy, and Rick. After an argument with Brandy, he reconciles with Venus, agreeing to let her play in the upcoming Bank of the West Classic in Oakland. Before the tournament, the family meets with a Nike executive who offers them a major sponsorship deal worth $3 million. Rick urges them to accept, but the family collectively agrees to decline, believing that once Venus begins to play, she will attract more lucrative offers. Venus initially struggles in her first professional match against Sean Stafford, but eventually triumphs. He comes in as a heavy underdog in her next match against top-seeded Ranxia Sanchez Vicario. Venus takes the first set and leads into the second before Vicario takes an extended bathroom break, an apparent act of gamesmanship. Sanchez Vicario recovers to win the second set and the match. Richard and Brandon confront a dejected Venus, telling her to be proud. As the family leaves the stadium, a large crowd of supporters are waiting to cheer her on. And Rick tells Richard that several major shoe companies are anxious to meet with Venus. Now let's get into the cast and some of the other roles they've had. We've got Will Smith as Richard Williams. Other roles for Will Smith include Peter in Emancipation, Trey Jones in the Undawn video game, and Lance in Spies in Disguise. Own Janu Ellis as Barancy Brandy Price. Other roles for Own Janu Ellis include Mama in 2023's The Color Purple, Joyce in Exhibiting Forgiveness, and Martha Roberts in the TV show 61st Street. Sania Sidney as Venus Williams. Other roles for Sania Sidney include Sasha Obama in the TV show The First Lady, Amy Belafonte in the TV show The Passage, and Lila in Fast Color. Demi Singleton as Serena Williams. Other roles for Demi Singleton include Margaret Johnson in the TV show Godfather of Harlem, Sally Reeves in Laman Bass Reeves in Demi and Goldie. John Bernthal as Rick Mackey. Other roles for John Bernthal include Brett Hamilton in Origin, Josh in Sharp Stick, and Blake in The Forgiven. Tom Goldwyn as Paul Cohen. Or Tony Goldwyn as Paul Cohen. Other roles for Tony Goldwyn include Silver Fox in Murder Mystery 2, Bruce in Ezra, and Scarsdale in Plane. Michaela Lachey Bartholomew as Tunde Price. The only other role for Michaela Lachey Bartholomew has been Jackie in the TV show Red Riding Hoods. Danielle Lawson as Isha Price. Other roles for Danielle Lawson include Brittany in No Right Way, Zora in the TV show Raven's Home, and Desiree in the TV show Family Reunion. Layla Crawford as Landrea Price. Other roles for Layla Crawford include Cameron Hanna in the TV show NCIS Los Angeles, Olivia Johnson in the TV show The First Family, and Katrina Whitaker in Note to Self. Erica Ringor as Miss Strickland. Other roles for Erica Ringor include Coach Kathy in Gringa, Miss Nelson in Good Girl Jane, and Nurse Jackie in Hibiscus. Dylan McDermott as George MacArthur. Other roles for Dylan McDermott include Bernie West in the TV miniseries Hollywood, Theo Sloan in the TV show The Politician, and Don Burnside in The Clove Hitch Killer. Andy Bean as Laird Stabler. Other roles for Andy Bean include Frank in Malignant, Stanley Uris in It Chapter 2, and Alec Holland in the TV show Swamp Thing. Kevin Dunn as Vic Braden. Other roles for Kevin Dunn include Mr. Purley in the TV show Not Quite Narwhal, Gene in the TV show God's Favorite Idiot, and Willie in Catch the Fair One. Craig Tate as Bells. Other roles for Craig Tate include Bear in the TV show I'm a Virgo, Desmond Richards in Hostile Territory, and Pitts in Greyhound. Josiah Cross as TD. Other roles for Josiah Cross include 17-year-old Terry in 1001, Porter Rose in the NBA 2K20 video game, and Richard McCon in TV miniseries Masters of the Air. Calvin Clausel Jr. as Homeboy number 3. The only other role for Calvin Clausel Jr. has been Vic in All Souls. Von W. Hebron as Homeboy number 4. Other roles for Von W. Hebron include Reggie in Breathe, Barry Halson in the TV show The Oval, and Jameson Fields in the TV show The Game. Christopher Wallinger as John McEnroe. Other roles for Christopher Wallinger include Father Collins in the TV show Promised Land, and Richard Porter in the TV show American Crime Story. Chase Del Rey as Pete Sampras. This has been Chase Del Rey's only role. Judith Chapman as Nancy Reagan. Other roles for Judith Chapman include Diana Colville in the TV show Days of Our Lives, Gloria Simmons Baldwin Fisher in the TV show The Young and the Restless, and Gibson in Scorpio 1. Jessica Wapnick as Jennifer Capriati. This has been Jessica Wapnick's only role so far. Katrina Begin as Anne, the Women's Tennis Association CEO. Other roles for Katrina Begin include Callie in the TV show Walker, Chloe in Dirty Lies, and Aaron in Life in Color. Caitlin Christian as Sean Stafford. The only other role for Caitlin Christian is Carrie Melville Reed in Battle of the Sexes. Marcella Zacharias as Arantaxa Sanchez Vicario. This has been Marcella Zacharias' only role so far. Rich Summer as Patrick Doherty. I couldn't find anything on Rich Summer, so I'm assuming this is his only role. And then Aaron Cummings as the social worker. Other roles for Aaron Cummings include Chief Lovett in the TV show Nancy Drew, Rita in Language Arts, and Marge Slayton in the TV show The Astronaut Wives Club. Wow, wow, wow. I knew Venus and Serena had a powerful story, but if this movie is any indication, I didn't know the half of it. And I didn't know either of I'm still not really familiar with either of the actresses that play Venus and Serena, but this movie put them on my radar. Will Smith has phenomenal, as usual, gave a phenomenal performance. Scenes between Brandy and Richard, Venus and Richard, and that small scene between Serena and Richard were all absolutely powerful. Can't get over what Will Smith had to do for this role. He looked like he had put on some weight, plus the accent in which he was speaking with. I wish I knew how he did it. Live clips of Richard, Brandy, Venus, and Serena show exactly why Will Smith, Aunjanue Ellis, Shania Sidney, and Demi Singleton were all cast as their respective characters. Honestly, it being nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars and Will Smith winning Best Actor because of the movie, it's a no-brainer. Will Smith was able to turn it up when he needed to be protective and was overstepping his boundaries. What a fantastic movie and great performances from all involved. Sports movies generally aren't my favorite with a few exceptions. This is one I wish I had seen earlier. Now let's look at some fun facts about this movie. As a thank you to the cast, Will Smith divided his $40 million earnings from the movie among the other actors as bonuses for them. Shania Sidney was left-handed and had never played tennis before, had to learn to play like Venus Williams, who was right-handed. The grueling Monday through Friday training regime involved a strict diet and exercise, and many hours of watching videos of Venus, ranging from her victories at major tournaments like the US Open and Wimbledon. The screenplay King Richard was featured in the 2018 Blacklist, an annual list of well-received unproduced screenplays. Due to the pandemic, table reads were conducted on Zoom. Liev Schreiber was cast to play Coach Paul Cohen in February 2020, but production was halted due to the COVID pandemic. Filming resumed in October 2020, but Schreiber was unavailable at the time, so he was replaced by Tony Goldwyn. It's the fourth biopic for Will Smith after Ali, Pursuit of Happiness, and Concussion. Concussion is the only one for which he did not receive a Best Actor nomination. Hmm. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through King Richard. It's been inspiring to delve into the story of Richard Williams and the remarkable rise of Venus and Serena Williams. Film's portrayal of determination, family bonds, and unshakable beliefs is truly powerful. From Will Smith's exceptional performance to the heartfelt family dynamics, there's so much to appreciate and reflect on in this film. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Movies on the Brain for more in-depth movie reviews and movie discussion. Share your thoughts on King Richard in the comments below. What did you think of Will Smith's portrayal? What moment moved you the most? Until next time, keep your dreams big and your brain on the movies.